What's going on, guys? Welcome to another session with Phrankleen. Right. So, if you're watching me for the first time, thank you for stopping by. Appreciate you. If you're on live now, give consideration to hitting the like button. Helps us to gain traction. If you haven't, smash the subscribe button and hit the bell button so you're notified when I'm online. So, cryptocurrency. Now, it's absolutely important that I've sort of taken my time to basically go in this direction of my channel because I want to make sure that I bring in the right people and, and it's right, the delivery is correct. So I've got a gentleman here who some of you might recognize his username, Lynell. He's an African American and he's been on a few of my shows and stuff. He's a good guy. So, and he has a good background in cryptocurrency. So I'm going to bring on, without further ado, I'm going to bring on Lynell and his, partner, and they will introduce themselves. They will start off with what's cryptocurrency, what is blockchain technology, why should, the Black community, Black folks give consideration to cryptocurrency investments. They will talk about a few cryptocurrencies out there. Now, let me put a big disclaimer. This is not financial advice. We are emancipating ourselves, we are educating ourselves, but this is not financial advice. Make sure you do your own findings. If you have questions during the course of the show, I'm sure they'll do their best to answer your questions, but this is not financial advice, all right? So without further ado, let me bring on Lynell and his partner. So let's go. Are you there, Lynell?
Yeah, hey, how you doing? I was muted. How you doing today?
I'm all right, man. And I've got Dollar Will. So
What's happening, fam?
yeah. So please introduce yourself, Lionel, and then let's get the show started.
All right, so a lot of people may know me, see my icon, breaking up my icon, my name in the chat from past episodes and past shows. My name is Lynell. Of course, like Franklin said, I'm Black American. My background is finance. More specifically, I'm a trader, meaning I look at chart. I use technical analysis, look at
Right.
charts, and see when's a good time to invest in things and get out of investments I'm already in.
Right. So Dollar Will, do you want to introduce yourself, please?
I am Dollar Will. Let's see, I'm 58 years old, 5'8". I have to say that. I know I have this very youthful voice, but I got a head full of gray hair. So, I got into trading when I was young, in my 20s, when it wasn't even cool to talk about this kind of stuff. And I've been waiting on the day when our culture embrace trading, because we're failing at capitalism, and that has everything to do with why we are not where when we talk about equal opportunity and all that other kind of stuff. We have to improve our relationship with capitalism. And you can be a employee, a business owner, or an investor, and at some point in our life we need to kind of be all of those three, or at least two of the three. And so if
That's
you're an
right.
employee and an investor, everybody can trade, everybody can learn to trade, and it doesn't matter whether you're short, tall, big or fat, black, white, man or woman, Christian, Muslim, atheist, whatever.
Yeah.
The path to freedom is this trading. It's the greatest aspect of the democracies we live in. It gives us a chance to trade. So in our distance, the fact that we've been apathetic about trading, in my opinion, it totally explains our position. Because you can buy votes, we know that, but and I'll just stop, and I'll go on and on. But go ahead.
Right. Right. So can we start off with, tell us very briefly, either of you, what is cryptocurrency?
All right, so cryptocurrency came into vogue around 2009 with Bitcoin. That's important for those who's listening to understand. Uh, Bitcoin came on the scene. That was not the first instance of cryptocurrency. There were previously failed instances going back to the mid 90s. Bitcoin was the one
Mm.
that uh, stayed on. And I understand people want I understand people may want to say that Bitcoin was invented because of the 2008, 2009 housing bubble, but that's false. It came onto the scene, and that financial slash housing bubble was the impetus for it to stay on. Now, what Bitcoin is a peer-to-peer payment system. I can send money to you, you can send money to me without a third party. Without a third party. So when I say a third party, think of your visas, think of your own bank, think of any institution that's out there that,
Western Union.
right, Western Union, that you send money through. So say if I want to send money to you, I would have to use a third party to do that. But with Bitcoin slash cryptocurrency, I can send it straight to you. So that's what peer-to-peer situation, that's what the peer-to-peer definition is. Uh, Now there's Bitcoin and altcoins. Altcoin, short for alternative coins, is
Yeah,
any cryptocurrency that is not Bitcoin. So you have Bitcoin and altcoins. They all fall under the cryptocurrency umbrella. That's just the
that's right.
vernacular that people use is in the cryptocurrency space. Altcoins. Altcoin is anything that's not Bitcoin. So continuing on, Bitcoin, no one knows who invented Bitcoin. The name people throw out there is Satoshi Nakamoto. That's like saying John Smith. It's a very popular name in Japan. No one knows specifically who this person is. They've gone through his writings of um, when he was starting on the Bitcoin forums. They think he's somewhere in Britain, or so I don't know, but no one specifically know his identity. Of course, throughout the years, Bitcoin skyrocketed in price from I believe 3 cents to where it currently is now is 47,000. There's a
Mm.
max supply of 21 million, which means there's no more Bitcoin that can be printed off. So it's not inflationary, meaning no there can no longer be any more Bitcoin printed off to bail out a government, to bail out a bank, to bail out anyone. It's a fixed number supply, 21 million. Now that number can decrease, meaning people can lose their Bitcoin. There's already reportedly around 7 to 8 million Bitcoin that's forever lost, which means it deflated uh supply. So there's only about 16 million, 15, 16 million of Bitcoin that's can ever be in supply because in the early days, people didn't take it seriously. People didn't think it'd be this price. I mean, who could blame them? It was at 3 cent, 5 cent, $5. No one thought it'd be 60 some $1,000. So a lot of the Bitcoin was lost in its early days. Fast forwarding some more in what Bitcoin class cryptocurrency is. There's other cryptocurrencies out there such as Ethereum, Litecoin, Binance Coin, XRP, dot dot dot. So
Cardano.
Cardano, VeChain, the list can go on and on and on.
Yeah,
So Bitcoin, I know there's some people that say it's a scam, it's a Ponzi scheme. So let's go over that Ponzi scheme. The definition of a Ponzi scheme is someone that intakes that promise you a high return rate. Let's say 10%, 10 a big round number. Hey, I promise you a high return rate if you give me your money to invest. I say okay, I give them money. But what that person is actually doing is going around to a lot of other people saying the same thing, giving them the same spiel, and they're taking in money. So how Ponzi schemes work is the people who first get into a Ponzi scheme are the people who get that quote unquote 10%. The people who get into the Ponzi scheme late, they get their money taken. It's always one person or a group of people coordinating that Ponzi scheme. With Bitcoin, it's a you are buying and trading Bitcoin from an exchange, multiple exchanges throughout the world. So Bitcoin and cryptocurrency asset space doesn't fit that definition of a Ponzi scheme. So that definition is correct. People saying it's a scam, a lot of that comes from they don't know what it is.
yeah.
A lot of people don't. The people that say that they particularly themselves may not invest. Since it's new, a lot of people say it's a scam because they hear someone else say it that they think that they have financial sense. Say a lot of financial pundits in the news may say, "Well, I don't like it, so therefore it's a scam." Well, just because someone don't like it, therefore it's a scam, doesn't mean it's actually a scam. A lot of
That's right.
people have made a lot of money in cryptocurrency. It's uh, it's it's something to invest in. It's something to make money in. That's what it is. It's not a scam. It's not a Ponzi scheme. So, like you said, there's other cryptocurrencies out there. Uh, Altcoins. Remember, my definition of altcoin is something that's not Bitcoin, such as, like I said, the Ethereum, Cardano, Litecoin, XRP, VeChain, IOTA, dot. So that's basically the definition of Bitcoin. So I know you wanted me to go over blockchain also, right?
Yeah, yeah. Talk about the blockchain technology, just just
All right,
so people have a rudimentary understanding of it, and just
all right.
without any much technicalities and stuff. Go on.
Okay, roger that. So blockchain is the excuse me, blockchain is the technology that Bitcoin runs on. Well, blockchain is think it's actually says in the name blockchain. So let's take the chain part. The chain is a continuously up to date ledger of who owns what, who sent money to who, when they sent money to, any information that is put on that particular blockchain. So when I say that particular blockchain, Bitcoin's blockchain. There's more than one blockchain. Ethereum has its own blockchain. Cardano has its own blockchain. Anything can have their own blockchain. You have private and public blockchains out there. It's just a perpetually continuously up to date ledger. So when I send money to someone in the UK, it's on a blockchain that, hey, Lynell sent money to someone here to this wallet, or this person sent A, person A sent money to person B, person C sent money, person D, and it's all in the blockchain. And people can go to the website, particular websites, if it's a public blockchain, and just look at the transactions just come down that's recorded on that. We're talking about Bitcoin here, Bitcoin's ledger. People
Mm.
sending 15 Bitcoin to someone. People sending a fraction of a Bitcoin. You can even look and say, "Wow, someone just sent $100,000
Yeah.
to another wallet." That's what a blockchain is,
So
and that's
you can basically see that
yep,
digital footprint.
exactly, exactly. And blockchain is not a criminals. A lot of criminals use blockchain thinking they can get away with it, but it's not something criminals want to use to get away with something because that information is there. It's not deleted.
And it's there forever.
Right, it's there. So if um I don't want to say if the FBI is doing this, other financial organizations and government organizations, crime enforcement organizations are doing this, that they are linking wallets with each other. So if they find out who this wallet belongs to, they can sort of link it to any criminal wallet that was out there. So that information is not forgotten at all. It's just continuously there. So anyone can download Bitcoins or any other cryptocurrency blockchain, and if
Yeah.
you have the right software, you can just say, okay, these are the wallets we know, these are the wallets we don't know. How do we connect these wallets to these wallets to let us know who this person that conducted this criminal activity was back 7 years ago? So it's not something that criminals want to use. I read an article before, I don't know what this organization is. It's a American Financial Crimes Enforcement Agency. They said they actually want criminals to use Bitcoin because it's easy for them to track them down. It's like a criminal you going to Facebook showing their guns and knives and money they just ripped off. It's easy. You're providing us the evidence. So that's what blockchain is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
I
right.
would like.
Thanks for that.
Yeah,
Go on. Go on.
I would like to address Rosalind. I believe I think it's timestamp 6:48 in your on your chat. It says there's a lot of money in trading. Not sure about crypto. Lionel, wasn't did Bitcoin market cap exceed overtake Apple?
Right. So not Apple, but it did exceed Tesla. People buy
Tesla.
Tesla. It did exceed
Yeah,
Facebook.
that's
People
right.
like Facebook. Bitcoin's market cap, out of all the assets in the world, Bitcoin's market cap ranked number 5.
And what market cap is if you took a market cap is if you took all of the this, let's say we're talking stock, for instance, a stock. If you took all the stock in the world that people own of that company and you assigned a dollar value to it, to say that a company has the largest market cap, it means that there are more people that have put up real money, dollars, pounds, or whatever, in that company than any other company. So Bitcoin market cap compares with other extremely large market cap stocks. We're just talking Bitcoin. And Rosman's statement was there's a lot of money, and there's a lot of money in trading. Not sure about crypto. So if Bitcoin is a cryptocurrency and it alone compares with large market cap stocks, then crypto, obviously, logic dictates, it has a lot of money in it. And the large financial, the big whales, okay, the big money movers in the world, they're all in cryptocurrency now. If you go back 5 years ago, the people that were saying that it's a sham and they don't trust it, I'm talking about the big, well-heeled people that were suspicious of crypto. They're all in it now. And I'm not saying that they're not necessarily suspicious of it, but they're greedy too. So they see the money being made, so they can't afford not to be there, you know.
That's right.
And then so now Rosalind goes on. I agree with Rosalind's point when she said you can trade every day and make $100 to $1,000 a day, and then later she references uh, uh, the, uh, um, the SPY. Um, the S&P, our major index in America, and that's absolutely true. So we're definitely not. Lionel and I are traders, and we will trade whatever is smoking, wherever the opportunity is, and we definitely do not mean to infer in any way that it's crypto or nothing. It's crypto and other investing. It's not an either or thing.
And to
That's right.
piggyback on what Dollar Will just said, one of the skeptics of cryptocurrency is Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett company, Berkshire Hathaway, is a holding company for all these other companies. So Berkshire Hathaway's market cap is 663 billion. Bitcoin's market cap is 906 billion. Bitcoin has a larger market cap than Warren Buffett's company. So there's money in cryptocurrency. There's money in Bitcoin.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh,
I think
go ahead.
I think he came out at some point to say he doesn't believe in, Bitcoin and all that stuff. So of course, when someone like him says something, it either makes people go in that direction or the other direction. So
Right. And what a lot of people don't realize, Warren Buffett is a specific type of investor. Warren Buffett didn't even invest in Apple computers or Microsoft. I think it was Microsoft until late after, and they got off the ground. So Warren Buffett is a type of investor where if he can feel it and touch it, if it's tangible, he'll invest in it.
Yeah, I mean, personally, I'm not evangelical about no stock or no company or crypto. We've
mm,
seen other corporations go up in smoke and disappear. It might, who knows? It might turn out to, not stand the test of time. It's new, but there's also a lot of opportunity and volatility with things that are new. So you can make a lot of money real fast, and you can lose a lot of money real fast. That's why Lionel and I, I met Lionel. I'm gonna let Lionel tell how I met him, but let's go back about 5 years ago. I'm the old gray haired dude, and he was, the young huggerbuck, as we old heads call him.
young blood.
Was young blood. He was like excited about crypto, and this is when Bitcoin was on the way to 20K. I'll let Lionel say what I said to him.
Yeah, so I've been an investor since 2007. So I was investing in Bitcoin in 2017, me and a buddy of mine, and we were making money. And Dollar Will was telling us, "Hey man, I wouldn't invest in Bitcoin with your money." And me and my buddy was like, "Man, what you talking about, old fool? You don't know what you're talking about. We making money over here." And so as the year progressed on, as December 28th popped, that was the top of the Bitcoin, and we was making money. We didn't cash out. Me and my buddy didn't cash out. We were like, no, this thing going to the moon. This thing is going to Alpha Centauri. It's over with. We done, instant millionaires. And so Dollar Will kept telling us, "Hey, y'all better get out. This thing is about to turn. I would invest in Bitcoin with your money." And so we was like, "Nah, we gonna keep it." And so 2018 rolled around, and we rolled the razor blade sliding board down from 20K to about 3,000. And
Yeah.
that's when I listened. I'm like, okay, you were right. You were right.
So yeah, I wasn't saying that don't buy Bitcoin because I don't trust it. I was saying from a technical analysis standpoint, you have more to lose than to gain at this point in time. Technically, it's not a good risk to buy right now. That's what I was saying to him. And so since that time, in the years from then to now, Lynell became a student of mine. Where I teach technical analysis on a Patreon, and then now he's to the point, he's so proficient that as far as technical analysis goes, I consider Lynell a peer and not a student.
So let me put it to you this way. So you've got people watching, and some people got their appetites, quite a bit wet, and they would like to dip their toes in the waters of crypto, but I don't know how to approach this. What would you say? Because I don't want us to get too caught up in all the technical stuff. Because usually when you have people who have no idea, they might just get bored and they run off. So, what would you say to a newbie who is looking to invest? And particularly, I'd like you guys to address, the Black community, about waking them up, and emancipating people to think of the future and think about building their portfolios if you haven't done anything. So,
I
go on.
think that we have a history of being risk averse. So
Hmm,
because of that, we have to be vigilant about education because we don't have the stamina to endure a failure or recover from a failure. So our first time out has to work,
that's
or
right.
we will give up. We will not give something a second shot.
Yeah.
Okay. And so I encourage people, of course, I come from the trader education perspective, that you better learn how to trade. Join some group, some with some YouTube channels. There's many traders out there that you can get free information, but you need to pick a tribe. You need to find a tribe, that where you can learn this stuff either free or low price. Do not go out there and pay nobody no $1,000. I don't think that's necessary. No, $500 even. You can find some people charge for 10 or 20 bucks around. We out here. And I think that that's what you should do, Hank, because you need to learn the rules and you need to be in an environment where you can have a continuing dialogue with someone that's proficient, or in a community of other proficient people, and get feedback along the way, and watch how the deductive reasoning process works in real time over time.
Now,
Right. Let me interject quickly. I'm going to pin this on the screen, because you get this a lot. This person, Great Blackness, said it's gambling with your money. Invest in the Black community and Black businesses, and stop following everything the white man does. Create your own system. What do you say to that?
I
First
would,
of all, I'm
yeah.
not white, so what is he talking about, the white man? I'm Black. So second,
Well,
if he doesn't know about the gambling, I'm
what they're
highly
saying
offended.
is not you as the
Mhm.
creator. What they're saying is the premise, the whole idea of cryptocurrency, belongs to white folks, and yeah, so it's
Oh
gambling. You
yeah.
see,
Oh
you
yeah.
hear
Okay.
that a
Okay.
lot. So this is
Okay.
what I'm
So
saying. What do you
yeah.
think?
So it's money. So you have money and currency. Cryptocurrency is not something just to be gambling is. It's a form of currency. It's a form of money. Money. The British pound is okay. Let me say it like this: money is not the British pound. British pound is a form of money. Money is something that people exchange in a civilization for goods and services, or else
Mm,
would be bartering, or else what's it called? The double standard or something. I forget. But if we didn't have this system of interchangeability, I want eggs, you got a rocking chair. You don't want none of my eggs, and I don't want nothing else you got. So we're gonna use this form of exchange for we can exchange these two things. That's money, and cryptocurrency feeds it is um, is defined by that. It just wasn't invented just because, oh, we're going to invent something and we're going to make money.
Yeah.
Money goes back since humans were here. So it's not a white man's thing. And if you want to be technical about it, the oldest humans on Earth are black people. So you can say it's a black person thing.
Yeah,
And changing the money. So he's totally off base with that, and it's not
yeah,
gambling.
yeah. Franklin, I'm a little bit triggered by that comment. Can we put it back up? I want to dissect that.
Yeah. Which one is that? Is that
That one
maybe
you
the
just
one?
had up there. I want to go do a deep dive in the DNA of this daggone comment.
Yeah. Go on.
Okay, first sentence, because it's confused. It's wrong on multiple levels, and this is a common mindset we have, and I wanna exercise this demon out. All right, it's gambling with your money. Okay, let's start right there. If you don't know technical analysis, then you don't know enough to have a valid opinion about it in terms of whether it's gambling or not. That would be like me saying heart surgery is gambling, and I never did heart surgery, but we know people have heart surgery all the time, and they don't, the success rate, is pretty successful. So that's one. And specific to investing, if investing or trading stock or crypto or whatever was tantamount to gambling, then the results would mirror the results of a coin flip. So if gambling is a coin flip, how come most of the people that win don't look like us? We're not 50% of the winners. Therefore, there's a skill involved, since it's not just happenstance. All right, so that destroys sentence number one. We're gonna go with the logic and reasoning here. And then second, invest in the black community and black businesses and stop following everything the white man does. So that to me infers that and trading and investing is what the white man does. So that's why I went straight to that. All right. We live in one global economy. Slavery was trade. More than slaves came to Americas on those ships. Commodities came on those ships. And investors invested in the ships and the slaves and the commodities and got rich off of it. So we got to look at our relationship to the environment and the commodities. And we
That's
have
right.
to have a greater relationship with those commodities than just working at these companies that produce finished products that we go and pay too much for in the store on the retail end. We already working for despicable corporations and people. We need to take that money and reinvest in unfortunately in these same companies so we can get a bigger take. And also, if you're interested, you can increase your voting power in these companies if you're interested in that. Now,
Right.
back to the black community and black businesses thing. I've had this kind of conversation, and maybe y'all can figure it out. I'm one of them, if you want to say pro-black pan-African brothers, I'm one of them, and I've been having this kind of conversation for 20, 30
Same
years
here, brother.
about
Same
yeah, I
here.
know. That's why I'm a subscriber to your show. I've been listening to you a long time, brother. I mean, big ups. Now, invest in the black community and black businesses. It's one global economy. And when I've had this conversation with brothers in the Nation of Islam, because they're a black separatist organization, and they tried this. Let's separate now. They've had levels of success with that, but those bean pies was purchased from brothers who had jobs working in the regular mainstream economic system. So it's not that we all can go and work or have this own isolated economic system. I'm all for us circling our money with each other, but we also have to participate in the larger economy at the same time. So it's not an either or.
Fantastic. That's great. Do you want to talk briefly about NFTs?
Okay, so
Just
yeah,
briefly.
NFTs is short for non-fungible tokens. What the
Non
fungible
what?
fungible. So what fungible is, let's say you got a pound, uh, Great Britain pound, and someone wants to borrow, or someone wants to say, well, give me your pound and I'll give you my pound. you'll say, okay, it's the same thing, which means they're fungible, which means they can be uh uh which means they can be not trade. I keep wanting to say traded, but they can be exchanged for either or. It's the same thing. It equals a pound. Non-fungible is one of one. It's unique. You can't exchange it for anything else. So if your pound had traces of gold in it, it'll be worth more than a pound. So I say, well, frankly, I'm gonna give you my pound, you give me your pound. You will say no because it's not equal. So non-fungible tokens are things that are one on one. They can't be traded for anything else. One Bitcoin for one Bitcoin is the same. But one Bitcoin for something that costs $1 million, it can't. There's no there's you're not going to trade that. So with the NFTs, with that basis in mind, that basic definition in mind, now people have said, well, we're going to take that NFT concept and we're going to build, uh, excuse me, a art gallery on top of it.
Hmm.
We're going to build other things on top of it. The art world is the most common, most popular form of form that has taken advantage of this NFT concept. So now you got these crypto punks, art collectors, crypto punk art that people are collecting that costs $100,000, $200,000 because it's one of one. You know, there's no other thing like it. So now also you got the art that's taking advantage of NFT, the NFT world, the NFT definition, but you also have other people taking advantage of that. Well, they'll say, well, if you buy this NFT and come to the store, you'll exchange the NFT for a physical product. So people are taking advantage of it. That's what NFTs is, non-fungible tokens.
Right.
That's what NFT is. And I'm not saying it's good or bad, but that's what it is.
Thank you. So, um, for someone who's giving consideration to say, okay, you know what, man, what's the least amount? So I'm trying to simplify this. I hope you get where I'm coming from,
Mhm.
because I watch a lot of channels that talk about crypto, especially when you're looking at it from the point of view of, like, I think one of the things that really put people off as well is when you've got too much technical term, they're bombarded and it gets
Yeah.
really too deep. People just jump off and they assume that it's not for them and all that stuff. So I'm trying to make this as simple as possible. So for someone who is interested, willing to give this a try, and let's say, okay, you know what, I know I've got $100 here. What can they do with $100?
Depending on which coin you want to buy. When I say
Yeah,
depending on,
let's talk about a handful of coins, tokens that you
mhm,
guys feel comfortable. And let me say once again, this is not financial advice, okay? This is not financial advice. We're talking about this gentleman, I'm not paying them a dime. They're selflessly contributing to the Black community, adding value to my channel. As far as I'm concerned, this is not financial advice. That's a big disclaimer right there. So go do your own findings. But of course, do take notes. Feel free to ask questions. So let's go.
mhm. So the coins I'm about to call out, I'm not endorsing them. I'm just going by. If you go to people go to a website called Coin Market Cap, it'll show the ranked coins according to market cap, or how much money these coins attract. And obviously, Bitcoin is number one. It attracts a lot of money that is invested into the cryptocurrency market. So, let's say a
Right.
person has $100 and they put $100 in Bitcoin. Well, you'll purchase a fraction of a Bitcoin. You will just purchase $100 worth of Bitcoin because Bitcoin is currently worth $48,000. Ethereum,
Yeah.
you only purchase a fraction of Ethereum, $100 worth of Ethereum, because Ethereum is worth $3,900. So I know a lot of people will say, "Well, I want to purchase." It's a vanity issue, and it's not with black people. It's with black.
They
It's
can get
across the whole board.
they can get a few ADA with
Right,
$100.
$100. You know, you can have 3,000 ADA, for $400 compared to 0.0001 Bitcoin. It's a
And that's not
vanity
bad.
thing, right? You know, it's a psychological thing. That's what humans. That's how we are. It's fine. So, yeah, if you had $100, people can purchase that much of that coin that $100 will allow them to purchase. Now, it's important, very important. And again, we're not financial advisors. This is more of a common sense thing
Absolutely.
I'm
Go on.
talking about here. It's important. Do not expect a coin that you purchase for 50 cents to go to $50,000 within a
Ha.
span of 3 months. Do not expect that. Just common sense thing. I was okay, I'm torn the line here. A lot of people want to become millionaires overnight. They don't realize that the people that became millionaires overnight, it took them a long time to become millionaires overnight. They just
Mm.
become, they didn't just become a millionaire overnight. And a lot of people want the champagne lifestyle, champagne caviar,
Yeah, that's
Rolls
right.
Royces driving through the central London, everybody looking at them, bling blinging all out. That's not the lifestyle of everybody. That's the lifestyle of very few people. And those few people who have that, they came from a family of money. The lifestyle of the average person who invests is not like that. I,
Someone's
okay.
sorry to intercept. So this comment, look at the screen if you can see the screen there.
Mm.
Is it Adrian said, I'll say start with $1,000. So if somebody's got $1,000, right? What do you think they can do with it? You know, I'm trying to just push you up a little bit.
Yeah.
Does
Well,
that person? I'm sorry. Does that person with $1,000 know how to trade?
Well, that's another question.
If they don't know what they're doing, I say don't put your money in the market. You don't know what you're doing. That person is gambling.
yeah, and what that's saying is a lot of people they'll believe in the hype. A lot of YouTube channels out here, they'll have you believe drinking the Kool-Aid. They'll have you believing in the hype that Bitcoin going to $150,000 by spring of next year. We don't know. We don't, but if people believe in it and they're just saying, "Well, I'm going to put my money in Bitcoin because this person says this," and it doesn't go there and it goes down, they're they're going to lose money.
Right.
Hmm.
So let's say a person put their money that don't know technical analysis or it, it- what is your pain point? What is your pain point of, and I'm trying to make this sound as smooth as possible. What's your pain point? How much does something have to go down that you invested in for you to say, okay, I'm out. This is not going in the right direction. If you put in $1,000, case in point, the whole AMC thing that happened with Wall Street bets, the earlier this year, a lot of people were putting their money in. It
Hmm.
depends on what people when people put their money in, it went down, and people were believing the hype, saying, "Well, it's going to the moon. It's going to the moon." Yeah, I lost $500, but it's going to $100,000 soon. Are you? They were okay with losing half their money.
Hmm.
What's your pain point? And
Right.
on top of that, at what point do you are you going to get out the market? Okay, you made let's say a person put $1,000 in that this person don't know what they're doing now. Let's say put $1,000 in and it went to $2,000. You doubled your money.
That's right.
So is that 1,000 going to 2,000? It's the same as it's the exact same as a person putting in $1 million and they getting $2 million in. That's the exact same thing. That person that put $1 million in and they made $2 million, they're gonna get out the market. But the person that put $1,000 in that and doubled it to $2,000, they may feel, well, I'm gonna leave it in. Well, technically, you made the same profit as the person that put $1 million in. So take your money. So a lot of people will say, okay, I made enough. I'm out the market. I doubled my money 100%. These are things that people have to think about.
Hmm.
Yeah, knowing how much you're willing to lose is as important as knowing how much you want to gain.
Hmm.
And you know, it's actually very interesting that you said that. You emphasized on that dollar wheel because the problem is so many people just buy into the hype They have absolutely no clue about how cryptocurrency works. A friend of mine said, oh, somebody made X amount of money, and then they jump into it. They have no idea, and then they're slapping a lot of money, and then boom, everything disappeared. Like somebody said just now, I gambled 100,000 Great Britain pound sterling away that I earned in a successful IT career. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. About 15 years ago, I lost the equivalent of a Mercedes-Benz S-Class.
God
Okay.
dang.
So don't tell me about the value of knowledge and the difference, have learning makes. So I had to pay. I call that the stupid tax. You know, you will pay tuition to these markets if you don't learn.
Hmm.
Yep.
You
Everybody
will
pay the
pay
super
tuition.
tax.
And there's a concept of smart money and dumb money. The people that know what they're doing is smart money. People who don't are the dumb money. People like me, my job is to take your money.
Wow, straight.
I straight up, I'm a shark. I'm out here to get your money. I see stupid price levels based on technical analysis, and a lot of people hoarding up around stupid levels that are mathematically unsustainable.
Hmm.
And I take your money. That money doesn't disappear when it falls. Someone gains when you lose.
Hmm.
That's
So when
right.
you see prices going down, don't you think for 1 second that everybody's losing. No, the smart money is winning. And we, again, given the fact that we are risk averse, we cannot stand to be the dumb money. But we got to make learning a priority. We spend years mastering trivial stuff. And then people say, well, how long do I have to, is it going to take me to learn this? I'm like, well, how long did it take you to learn to be good at your job? How long are you
Takes
willing to
time.
work? How long are you willing to, how hard are you willing to work to be free? What's it worth to you? But I'll
And
stop. I'm
yeah, and
ranting.
and back in 2017 when Bitcoin fell, I lost 14K. Well, actually more than 14K.
Before
Someone
you started learning.
before I started learning. I lost more. I know I lost more than 14.
Just
And
but
yeah,
tell them how much have you multiplied without giving up that your personal balance account balance is your personal business. But how much has your money multiplied since knowledge entered the equation?
I would say more than at least more than 10x. Yeah, because it allowed me to know when to, on a very basic level, when to get in and when to get out. When to say, okay, if it falls below this point, I'm out. If it reached this point, I'm out.
And when we
Because
say
yeah,
when to get in, when to get out, we don't mean that you're going to be able to get the exact bottom and the exact top. It's about probability. It's about the point at which you have more to gain than to lose. It's a
Hmm.
way, it's a very natural, obvious, scientific, you know, a way of reading support resistance. You can see we got oscillators we use to tell this is mathematical fact that big money has come in and stop the thing from going down. And we can see when big money starts to leave the stage, and which increases the probability that A is going to fall, and B, when it falls, it's going to fall steeply because big money has already left the arena. So it takes big money to stop a price from falling. And when you learn technical analysis, you learn the price levels where big money left the room.
and to piggyback on what Will said, when Dogecoin was trading before the masses heard about Dogecoin, it was trading at under a penny.
Yeah,
Dogecoin went up to 76 cent, I believe. So
yeah.
from under a penny to 76 cent, that's a massive gain. That is unsustainable in the long term. It retraced, and it retraced hard. It went from 70 some odd cent back down to 18 cent. At what point does a person have to say, okay, I invested in this thing at 75 cent, now it's at 55 cent? Is that so much money that you say, well, I lost so much money, too much money, I'm out? Or do you got to wait for this thing to go back down to under a penny for you to say, well, I'm still waiting for it to go to $5? It never reached $5. You have to have this thought, this common sense thought in your mind that says, okay, At what point am I going to get out if it goes down? At what point am I going to get up if it goes up? Because I guarantee you, the person that invested in Dogecoin, and a lot of people did, at 10 cents, for it to 7x to go to 76 cents, a lot of people didn't get out. They just
Yeah.
held and held and held.
And that's why I say find a technical analysis based trading community.
Do you? Someone asked earlier. Do you have like a Discord group or like a Facebook group? Do you guys have anything?
I have a Discord, but I'm not active on it. I have a YouTube. I'm semi-active on that. But what I do, I have a YouTube channel and I have a Patreon, and they're both called Dollar Will. And what I do is at key moments in the S&P, key technical moments, I go and drop the S&P is our major index. I go and drop a YouTube video. Now in my Patreon, I've had people from the UK, and we would discuss the LSE, the London Stock Exchange, and that chart. We would do analysis on that. The reason why I focus on the S&P pretty much and discuss the LSE when I have people in my Patreon on LSE, because at least for most of our retirement account is tied to those major indexes, and so that's the main thing you need to watch. Because if you've been working for a while and you've been dollar cost averaging, putting the max into your retirement over the years, after 5 to 10 years, you start to realize, wait a minute, I make more money or more gain in my retirement account than I make in my annual salary. And so that for me is when I shifted my priorities. When I was in my 20s, and I was this was during the 90s in the tech bubble, the .com bubble, when all you had to do was put .com in your name, even if you wasn't doing anything related to the internet, and the stock would go up. And so I invested in a mutual fund that had a lot of .com stocks, and my little account at work went from 50,000 to 250,000 in a span of maybe like 2 years. And I was like, I thought I was going to be retiring at 35, but I lost it all because I didn't know technical analysis. I didn't understand that money had rotated at that point in time. If you look at
Speaking of technical analysis, how long do you think it will take the average person to pick things up to gain a reasonable understanding of charts and all of those things? They wanted to start today.
I would say when let's define reasonable understanding, you'll be convinced that it works in the first month. You come, any decent technical trader, they'll be able to, we make projections of what price is going to do all the time. Are we right 100% of the time? No, but we're right too much for you to dismiss as luck or chance. All right. And we'll say things and then you hear them say on the news later. All right. Because it's all in the charts, because it's all about the flow of money. And that flow of money is measured and quantified in charts. So in the first month, you'll be convinced that, okay, I see this structure of price, and price is not random. So the first thing is to teach the person that price is not random. Now, it doesn't seem logical to us, but when somebody shows it to you, you go, wow, they really got us snowed. Right, they do. And so then once you learn that, over the next 6 months, you'll be pretty good at managing, because you're going to be looking at the major index chart all the time. You'll be able to take better control over your retirement account, something long term. And then I would say up to 2 years in, you'll start to get better at something like day trading, whether that's day trading crypto, stock, forex, futures, where you see these people with these YouTube videos saying, I make $1,000 a day. That's real. They are not lying. It's real. And when you get in real trading communities where people tell you, hey, I'm about to buy this thing at this price, and they'll tell you this, and then they come back 5 hours later and you see that it actually moved, and you do the calculation. So you stop. Now, if someone's not in a trading environment at all, they think that's not possible. So you really kind of have to give it a shot because we've all been conditioned to believe that nobody knows nothing and that price just moves along randomly. And my personal view is they need us, the intended underclass, to think that way.
Wow. Fantastic.
And to piggyback off that, I would say it's a lifelong continuing education
Right.
because
Yeah.
depending on what discipline, technical analysis is a catch-all. Dollar Will and I, our discipline is Elliott wave theory. It's a more sophisticated form of technical analysis, but there's other ways to do technical analysis out there. It's a lifelong continuing education. You don't just learn it one and done. You continuously learn, and as you continuously learn, you make money while you continuously learn. It's a lifelong education. People make careers out of this. People make careers out of trading the FTSE, the London
Of
the
course. Of
index and
course.
London Stock Exchange.
The problem is
And there's a simplified
so many
version.
people want to make money off crypto, but most people are not ready to go down the route or the route of, the technical side, understand candlesticks, understanding the charts, and really put the time into it. And that's why a lot of those people lose their money, and then they say, oh, it's a Ponzi scheme, oh, it's this, it's that. But go on.
Yeah, there's a simplified, I would say the simplest, technical analysis is an umbrella term. There are many schools of thought underneath that umbrella. And as you learn several of these, say, martial arts, if you want to think of it that way, these systems complement each other. They don't contradict each other. The simplest, most easiest form of technical analysis is called price action. Someone can learn price action. I think they can get to be pretty, if they're disciplined. It depends on the matter of personal discipline. If they're disciplined, I think they can get pretty good at it in 3 to 6 months. But it's got rules about when you're supposed to trade and when you're not. And if you follow those rules, but it's sort of like, eat right and exercise every day. We all know to do it. It's easier said than done. So there's levels to it. So there's
Yeah.
levels. But so then there's success at every level. So the more you learn, the more opportunities you know how to trade, because
And
you know how to see more things.
And also, I would say for people that listen, I know people see the YouTube. YouTube is the main form of content, and people see these people on YouTube saying, like Dollar will say, I got $5,000 a day, $1,000 a day, but we don't know how long it took them to get that. We don't know what price or what days they lost $1,000 in the learning process to get that money. And when people, I forgot my thought, but I was gonna say when people get to that point, they have to understand it's a learning process. It takes a while to get there. And instead of saying, well, I want to make some absurd amount every year, try to replace your income that you're working at your job. If you're making X amount of money at your job, aim to make, well, I want to make half this. I want to learn to trade. You can be a long-term trader, uh, a swing trader, that is, like I am. You can say, well, I want to make enough money
Yeah.
to replace half my income.
Pay a utility bill.
Pay a utility bill. Pay your Netflix bill. Baby steps.
Yeah, get a game. Yeah, just get a win and get good at getting it. Get win. And so we're basically, in short, and the
You
best way
were
to
you were talking about. I think earlier on you guys were talking about a few cryptos and then you stopped. Is that correct?
Oh yeah. Yeah, for people to go to, I urge people to go to cointelegraph.com to see the top ranked cryptos. It'll rank them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And like I said, their ranking is, out of all the money that's going into the cryptocurrency market, those cryptocurrency are attracting the bulk of that money. So imagine the pie, this pie, Bitcoin takes up, let's say, 60% of that pie. Ethereum takes up another 20% of that pie. So these coins are attracting majority of the money. So when people go to
Right.
CoinMarketCap to see which coins they want to invest in, it's solely up to them. These bigger cryptocurrency are attracting much of the money. So for people that are living in the UK, there are exchanges such as Binance.com. There's exchanges that allow people in the UK and Europe to invest in cryptocurrencies. People in the US, there's other exchanges such as Coinbase. I think Coinbase is in the UK too, such as Binance US, that you can go and invest into these coins. But you have to understand, there's a lot of hype out here. There's a lot of
Oh
hype out
yeah.
here for meme coins. There's a lot of like hype out here for these low tier coins. You have to understand those coins move violently. So if you a person is your money, you have to take responsibility in what you invest in terms of if you choose to listen to a random person on a YouTube video telling you to invest in this specific coins or these 5 specific coins. Those videos are all over YouTube, and for you to invest in some coin that you never heard of, and until that day. So you can invest in it, yes, but
And
there's no guarantee that you will make the kind of money that you expect to make.
yeah, Lionel, we had a question in the chat about long ago. I meant to bring it up. I'm sorry about the pros and cons of a paper wallet.
Oh,
Yeah.
a paper wallet. So what a paper wallet is, so with the blockchain also holds. That's not a correct way to say it. So let's say I got 1 Bitcoin, right? Let's say I got 1 Bitcoin, and the blockchain says, okay, I know I got 1 Bitcoin, and this is my address. Well, the blockchain holds your money. So you can go from Nigeria to South Africa, South Africa to America, America to Britain. You don't need to carry anything with you because the blockchain has your money. So you can go from Nigeria to the UK and then open up your wallet, your Bitcoin wallet, and there's your money. What a paper wallet is it's literally a sheet of paper that has either a QR code or a string of letters and numbers on it.
Mm.
And that is a representation of your money. It's just a representation. That piece of paper does not have your Bitcoin embedded in it. It's just a representation of where you can find your money on your Bitcoin on the Bitcoin blockchain. So if, let's say, you don't memorize that, I think it's 26, it's a string of 26 letters and numbers. If you don't memorize that, then you lost your Bitcoin. That's what a paper wallet is. That's one of
Mhm.
the flaws of a paper wallet. That's one of the cons of a paper wallet is you have to either remember that string of letters and numbers or save that paper wallet somewhere where you don't lose it or it get burned or it
There's,
get
there's
lost.
quite a lot of hacks, theft, quite a lot of
Mhm.
I read them online, a lot of hacks
Right.
into wallets and
And
stuff.
that's a lot of the times that's because people slip up and they let their information show, or they're socially engineered a lot. What I mean by socially engineered is, as humans we're simple, and our passwords are simple phrases. A person may like cats and their password may be cat person 86. So a person can go on that person's a hacker can go on that person's Twitter, can go on that person's Facebook and see they like cats, and they can socially engineer and say, well, the probability of their password being of something that they like is high, and they can social engineer their password. So that's a lot of time. That's why people say they're hacked. They're not hacked out of nowhere. Oh, I got hacked out of nowhere. I've never been on Facebook, any social media. They just hacked out of nowhere. It's because they left a trail of breadcrumbs for hackers to figure out what their password is. Um, yeah. So that's the cons of a paper wallet. But there's other wallets out here, such as excuse me. There's other wallets out here, such as these physical wallets such as your ledger. You can
Yeah.
take it with you anywhere, and basically you can just look with a blockchain. It's real simple. If, let's say, a person got and I'm choosing nice round numbers here. let's say a person got $100,000.
Yeah,
Well, you could take that $100,000 from UK to Nigeria. You can go to Nigeria, buy you a ledger, and input your information into that ledger, and all of a sudden you have access to your money. You didn't take nothing with you on the plane to Nigeria. You just bought your ledger in Nigeria, put in your information, and you got access to your money.
that's right.
That's on the blockchain. That's the beauty of the blockchain. You don't have to go through a bank or anything.
Yeah, I see in the chat, Sentinel Star says, I would not recommend day trading for beginners. I tried it, lost money, and did not invest for 3 years. That's a lot of people's experience. I agree with, not partially agree. In my space, I have people, I have everybody in paper mode. I try to keep people in paper mode for 9 months if I can, but so far nobody has followed my directions. It's their own money. I can't go to their house and steal their computer to stop them from trading real money. If I could, I would, But people, man, they jump out there and start trading it sooner than they should. So no, I do not recommend day trading with real money. However, from an educational standpoint and Elliott Wave theory standpoint, I highly encourage people to trade intraday or intra-week, because there's a pattern, a repetitive structure that price makes. And on a daily, let's say on a 4-hour chart, or the minute charts, I'll say from 15 minutes to 4 hours, in that range, you see the repetitive structure of what prices do. And that same structure that happens on, say, that 1-hour chart, you're going to see that structure on the daily chart, the weekly chart, and the monthly chart. So from an educational standpoint and in a paper trading context, I highly encourage people to day trade. It is the fastest way to learn. But don't put real money out there,
Fantastic.
because we sharks out here. I'm going to get your money. I'm going to get you. Your loss is my gain. I'm looking for you.
Fantastic. Is there anything else you want to add to this, Lionel?
It's a real. Thank you for having us on. I would say it's a real frame of reference, frame of thought.
Yeah, I mean, it's a multifaceted topic. We're still, if you're willing, you're still gonna come back and talk
Oh, no
about
problem, no problem at all.
other parts. But this is like, let's whet people's appetite, and there are people that want to get on, but I've just been kind of reluctant about just banging on crypto like so many other people do. And I see them, I watch a lot of videos myself, and I get tired, and they sell hype, and then you have to be careful, not to get people diving into. And I like the way Dollar Will has been firm and say, listen, man, do it this way. Don't cut corners. There's so many people. Everyone's got it on their profiles now. Oh yeah, I'm into cryptocurrency.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
the moment you have a chat with them, and they fall apart like a sandcastle because they haven't got a clue. And like he said, the sharks will take your money. And then these people come back crying, oh, it's a scam. Oh, it's a pyramid scheme. No, it's not. You haven't got knowledge. And especially black folks, you see people that know nothing about cryptocurrency. They're the loudest in the room. So there are some, the most dangerous ones are the ones that maybe got lucky. It's a fluke. They just got lucky. They put money in whatever token, and then it's just gone upwards. Boom, and they cashed out. Because I actually met a guy few weeks ago who was actually absolutely honest. He said, Phrankleen, I knew nothing, about crypto. It was just a friend of mine said to put money in Cardano, and I did, and everything just went upwards. And he made about $68,000. So, but at least he was being honest by saying, dude, I was lucky. So then he then went back to the drawing board and started learning and stuff. So that's just one thing I'm afraid of, just selling hype and you might end up misleading a lot of people and stuff.
Now,
But
I'm not telling you that you
very
can lose your money. I'm telling you that you will lose your money.
Yeah, it's
If
part
you
and
don't
parcel.
learn, you're going to lose your money.
Yeah, it's part and parcel. Losing money is part and parcel. Investing and trading. You're gonna lose money and you're gonna gain money. The trick is you got to have a way to win more than you lose. You
Right.
can't get around losing money. You're gonna do it.
But don't try this alone. You want to be in a community, and I'm going to emphasize a community that's based on technical analysis. The opposite. There are two basic main ways of evaluating or approaching markets. One camp is called fundamental analysis, and another camp is called technical analysis. And we sometimes fight like cats and dogs. Okay, so I'm gonna push you in the direction of the technical side because that's the best side.
I agree.
Oh, thank you. Good. Thank you. Now if you learn fundamental analysis, once you know technicals, then you really cook it with gasoline. But don't learn fundamental analysis at the expense of technical analysis. If you must choose one, choose the technical side.
So, on a final note, what would be your advice? I get that, and I'm sure people have listened. What would be your final advice to Black folks in terms of the future, where we are going, where the world is going with cryptocurrency, and why Black folks should invest? The possibilities of building generational wealth from this. What do you guys think?
Hmm.
Let me see if can you restate that again?
All right. I was just saying, can you briefly talk about, where the world is going now with cryptocurrency, and of what advantage will this be for the Black community in terms of being able to jump on this to build hopefully generational wealth? Because there's been a few, Black millionaires created from adoption of cryptocurrency or investment into it.
I'm going to put cryptocurrency. I'm not going to put it above other opportunities. We're at a wonderful time from the standpoint of a trader. This is a outstanding time to get rich many times over. And so it's not just crypto. We got oil getting ready to go crazy. The euro is about to pull itself out the mud. Gold is going to make a pretty nasty fall, and then it's going to be ready too. Oil has got a correction to make, and then it's going. And so once oil and gold and these things make this upcoming correction, it's probably going to likely going to get where it needs to go in the next 30 to 60 days. We're going to be looking at generational opportunity. We could be looking at a 10-year trend coming or more. And so it's not just oil. So as I say in my space, I got a lot of crypto folk over here too. I said, y'all gonna have a tough decision to make when you're going to be staring at a chance to buy a major oil company that you've seen around, that you've heard about. It's going to be trading at a penny stock level versus a cryptocurrency. You're going to have that's going to put you in a serious, trick bag dilemma. So we like to say it's not this or that, it's this and that. And so learn about how the macro economic system works, so you can see all of the opportunities and you can spread some of that risk around from old money investments, which are going to be, they're correcting, and there's going to be great opportunity there versus new opportunities in crypto. The thing I do like about crypto is that it is a borderless currency, and you have your wallet or access to your wallet everywhere you go in the world. Whereas in the old world, if you traveled out of wherever you are, UK, Africa, United States, whatever, you get your little traveler's check or whatever, and you go to another country. That's really all you got until you can get some more money sent to you. Well, with cryptocurrency, you always have access to all of your money wherever you are. So that's powerful. So your wealth, your purchasing power travels with you. And that's awesome.
That's brilliant. And I know that the government don't really want this financial freedom for people.
Oh no, they don't, because we are their inwards. with their property. Okay, they don't want their property being free.
We're like their currency.
Yeah, we are the currency. Yep, we're the footstools of capitalism.
Somebody said, Franklin, can you ask both Lionel and Dollar Will what happened last night on Trust Wallet? We were billionaires for minutes.
Oh, probably I didn't hear
Glitch?
nothing about it, but probably what happened is there was an error somewhere where you have these flash crashes, not all the time, but it happens more times than not, where Bitcoin will go from 40 some thousand to 10,000 for a couple seconds. And you have these, and because the crypto is so new, you have these spikes also in a reverse direction where something goes up for a couple seconds, not long enough for you to get cash out. It goes up for a couple seconds and then it just goes back down. And when you look at your wallet, it'll record that information and say, well, you
And see,
went,
that's
yeah.
and Lana, what do you think of this? I think that's one of the downsides of a unregulated environment. So people talk about crypto and it being great because it's like it's decentralized, it's no big brother in it and all that. Well, the big brother system got some mechanisms in it that can protect you in the stock market that don't really exist there. Let's say you got a stop loss is a price point where you put in a chart that's like on your in your account that's a little below where you bought in on an investment, and it means stop me from losing money if the price hits this level. So that's what a stop loss is. And so a lot of people use stop losses, and that's a good idea. But in a lot of these crypto spaces, it's like because the liquidity is not a lot of the trading isn't active enough to kind of weed out these ridiculous types of price requests that people put in there, and it causes these big spikes in the price that can shake you out of your trade. And that happens much more in say in some crypto stocks and say penny stocks in the stock market. That's in those investments with low volume, not enough traders, low liquidity. That happens a lot.
Fantastic. So, what do you think, crypto or real estate?
Go ahead, Dollar. Yeah, go ahead.
I don't like you know me. I don't like either or. For me personally, I like to buy. I will buy the home builder, the company that built the home, and accumulate stock in the companies that build the home before I buy real estate. That's me, because I don't care about the roof leaking, the landlord not paying the rent, none of that stuff. I don't care about that. I don't want to fix nothing. And when it's time for me to sell it, I want to press the button and be done with it in 15 seconds. Whereas you got to pay an agent commission, you got the tour, people got to tour the house, you got to make improvements. I don't have to make no improvements to no stock. Now, I understand though, with real estate, it's a highly leveraged thing. You can get control a huge property with just a few $1,000s. So it's not a either or, but I see real estate as a place to provide shelter. And when it's time for me to invest, I invest in the stock market. People that tout real estate as a primary investment are people, generally speaking, that don't understand how to invest in the stock market. Because once you learn how to invest in the stock market, you reprioritize that whole real estate thing. Because there's costs involved, loss and expense involved with carrying real estate, but there is no loss or expense involved in carrying stock.
Fantastic.
You get rent, I get dividend.
Fantastic. Thank you. But on the final note, can you name 5 is it tokens or cryptocurrencies you would recommend? This is not financial advice. Bitcoin 1. Any other 4?
I would leave that to Lynell. He's who I ask questions about crypto.
All right. Okay. Lionel.
Yeah. So there's outside of the larger ones, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Binance Coin. You know,
XRP.
yeah, XRP, Cardano, the top tier ones. You're gonna always have these um outliers, such as
Right.
your Shiba Inus, your other meme coins that come out of nowhere. Those those are gambles in terms of the hype around them. They're low liquidity until there's a lot of hype around them. So I say all to say is common sense. I wouldn't put a large amount of money in meme coins because there's no guarantee that they'll go up 10,000% like the last meme coin. There's no guarantee. But the top tier ones, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Binance Coin. I'm just going down a list here. Coin Market Cap, Cardano, XRP. Solana. Those have billion, billion dollar, and multi-million dollar market caps. There's a lot of money tied into those.
So they're going to be around.
The chances are they're going to be around. These meme coins during the last bull run, 2017, a lot of meme coins didn't survive this current run. So, yeah.
Yeah, but technical analysis is used for both, whether it's long term, if you just want to say long term investing, or short term trading. Price action, price moves the same way, whether on a short term or a long term chart. And technical analysis will teach you how to understand the price movement, whether you're trading long term, investing long term, or trading short term.
Right. Fantastic. The Gaffer, thank you for the super chat. She says diversify, let me see, and build your portfolios for your kids and borrow some knowledge for financial freedom. Yeah, that's what the gentlemen have been saying, get knowledge, and then that will basically put you on a pro level. There's money to be made, but they're saying if you go in blindly, oof.
Yeah, you're gonna lose. I'm gonna get you, sucker.
Just like you said, one day, frankly, someone said they want to go to Nigeria and there's money in travel agency. There's money in travel agency, but they just going in blindly, and
Yeah,
all of a sudden they lost their money.
that's right. That's right. Thank you, guys. Is that do you want to shout out any of your platforms that people can check out, pages and stuff, sites?
Again, I'm on my YouTube channel with Dollar Will. Will is with one L.
Yeah.
And my Patreon is Dollar Will also. So again,
Right.
I just do S&P on the pretty much most of the S&P, and
Right.
bigger interests on the YouTube channel. But I get down into the education on the Patreon. It's just $10 a month.
Right. Lynell?
No, I'm good. I have none.
Yeah, he started making money and he stopped really. He had a YouTube channel and YT did some funky stuff to him. He got up to like 990 subscribers, and then they did some funny style stuff, and I can't get him back on YT on
Yeah.
the channel no more.
Why? What happened?
I was going over crypto news and news every day. I was reading articles to keep people updated on what's going on in the cryptocurrency world. I was doing it for like a year and a half, and it was a grind for me to get to 1,000 subscribers and that 4,000 watch hours. And I got to it, and YouTube terminated my channel saying that I was breaking community rules. And I asked them what rules did I break, because the only thing I was doing was reading articles and discussing what was going on in the industry. And they didn't give me a straight answer. So I never got my channel back. I had about 700 videos. So I never got none of that back.
Wow.
So I can't get to. The only time he comes to YouTube is to be on somebody else's panel.
Yeah. And I was doing it, and it was every day. It was an everyday thing.
Well, maybe somebody flagged you up. It might
I have
be an
no
attack.
idea. I have no idea. I was hurt, and it happened on Christmas.
Oh.
I was hurt. I woke up in the morning with 2 emails saying, "Hey, we terminated the channel."
Yeah, I think it was intentional, man. There's
Yeah, I
there's
was
a
hurt.
guy. There was a guy. I've forgotten his name now. Who during the lockdown he used to bang out content every day. It was a black guy.
Mm.
Oh, I've forgotten his name now. And he had a very, very good platform. You know, he had a Patreon page, and then he stopped the Patreon for a bit, and he said, I want to help people whilst you're at home. Just like what Dollar Will was saying, he would give people free lessons about, you know, the technical analysis, candlesticks, and all that stuff, give a lot of free materials. And then he woke up one day, boom, they shut him down faster than the speed of light.
Yeah.
Wow.
They didn't know warnings. I think, they shut him down for several months, and then he got a lawyer. I think they're in the States. I think he lives in Texas, and then the lawyer tried. You know, they might know some people at the top, and then eventually he got the channel back. But what they did was they removed a bulk of his, you know, high performing videos, and removed his monetization, and pretty much handed him crap. So he gave up on it, and it's just crazy, man. Hey, careful, Phrankleen. We need you on YouTube. Hey, I'm all right. You know, there's nothing to be afraid of. And this, as far as I'm concerned, we're just emancipating our people. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, the platform doesn't belong to me, but I'm not afraid. What do we do?
Yeah,
I'd rather use.
I want to thank you, Phrankleen, and I want to thank your chat, your whole tribe
Thank you,
over
man.
here, because I've been listening to your channel for a long time, and I refer other Black Americans, you know, to listen to this, because we think over on this side of the pond that, you know, we so different and unique. And you know, it's like, no, we catching hell everywhere, y'all. You know, we just listen to them tell their story, and you will hear how much they say that echoes exactly what we say. So yeah, and so your channel is like number one on the list of what I have people listen to hear the commonality.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it, man. So hopefully I'll be able to bring you guys back, or Lynell or something. We'll find crypto is a huge topic. So this is like the first I've ever done on my channel. So there's a lot of things to you know, to talk about and stuff. We might just pick a few of the cryptocurrencies and just sort of talk about them, or talk about wallets, talk about whatever.
Oh yeah,
Man.
most definitely.
There's so much to touch on. So the idea is just to add value to the community, you know. So yeah, we're not trying to put out BS. Tell people that you invest in now, you wake up tomorrow morning, you be as rich as Kanye West.
So are you thinking of doing something monthly, quarterly?
What, in terms of content on this?
Yeah, just to peek in at crypto, you know, it's some.
Hey, I can do stuff on this weekly if you're available.
Okay.
Yeah, it's my platform. I have a dedicated sort of playlist now for finance and investments and stuff. So the other type of content that I do, which is the topics and all that social stuff, you know, that's like my usual stuff that I do almost every day. And then finance, investments, it could be investment in Africa, anything to do with money, finance and stuff. This is a playlist for it. You dig? So if you want to come on and talk about crypto weekly, I'm cool with that.
That'll work.
Yeah. So I'll send an email to Lynell anyway.
All right.
Thank you guys. Thank you from me. That's all for tonight. If you haven't, smash the like button, smash the subscribe button, and follow me on Instagram at Phrankleen, as it's spelled on my channel. And once again, thank you to Lynell, thank you to Dollar Will, and I'll catch you in the very next one. Peace. Bye now.